Okay, so if you're watching this, that's because we are now up to the next step where you guys are actually going to be doing some active research. All right, you guys are going to be finding the answers to your inquiry questions. You guys are going to be navigating your learning. So, this video is going to be really important if you're using the internet as a way to find answers to the questions you posed on your inquiry note cards. Okay. The reason why is because a lot of students, they'll use search engines. So, for example, Google, and I'll use Google with you in this video, or it's the same thing if you're using Bing. The thing that you need to be aware of is that not every website is going to be used as a resource because not every single website is trustworthy. It's not like when you're sitting in class and you're given an article by the teacher and you know that the article is a reliable source. You are the ones finding the articles now. You're the ones getting the articles. So it's important for you to figure out and to identify which is a trustworthy article and which is an untrustworthy article. This video is going to show you how to identify if an article is in fact untrustworthy. So this video is going to show you websites to stay away from. So let's begin. So let's say I take my first inquiry question and I copy it and I paste it into Google and I click on search. You could just type into the toolbar as well. Let's say that you scroll down and your eyes go right to Wikipedia. I know Wikipedia. I use Wikipedia all the time. Here's the problem with Wikipedia. It is not considered a reliable website. You're going to be unable to use Wikipedia as a resource in your research paper. Many high school teachers and almost all college professors do not allow you to use Wikipedia as a resource or as a reference because of the unreliability factor. Anyone can post to Wikipedia at any time to add information to the article. I know that they have editors looking over Wikipedia and looking over pages, but it's not 100% accurate. And you don't know if you're using an article that was just amended or added to with misinformation that was not edited yet. So because of that factor, Wikipedia is not going to be considered a reliable website. So you need to stay away from Wikipedia as a reference. If you want to use Wikipedia as a way to learn some background about your topic because it's really clear and easy to understand, you can do that, especially if you're used to Wikipedia. But here's the problem. Again, because the information, like the information here, it looks great, it looks trustworthy. But because of the factor and the unreliability factor that it may not have been edited, not all the information here might be correct, that's what makes it unreliable. All right, so let's say I go back. So here's what happens. You see these hyperlinks here? These are either the titles of the article or they're the titles of the part of the website that the article is on. Here is where you have quite a quick summarization as to the information in the article. Now, my question is, how much water is being used around the world? All of a sudden, let's say your eyes look at this one, China, different part of the world. Here's numbers. That connects to how much. So obviously, you're going to want to click on it. Let's say you click on the article. The first thing you need to do, especially if it's a .com, all right, and especially if it's a .com from a website that you're unaware of, treehugger.com, you need to look at the author. So check out the author right here, A.K. Streeter. From here, I don't know why I would trust A.K. Streeter. I don't know if A.K. Streeter is a reliable individual. So what happens is you're going to need to find and look at more information. So here's what you do. Let's say you start reading the article, and let's say you look at the article and you go through the information, and you see right here that for a small country, Italy has a very high consumption of water, 2,330 cubic meters annually, nearly as high as it is in the U.S., period. Studies have shown that in daily living, Italians use about 380 liters of water a day. This is great. This is showing how much water is being used in other places around the world. But where are these studies coming from? Experts say illegal wells are a big problem in Italy, as are scant water resources and high leakage rates in the Italian water supply system. Okay. Who are the experts? I know this looks like a great website because it has all the quantitative data. It has all the numbers. It has all the measurements. It's talking about different places around the world. But again, the problem is, how do I know this is reliable? So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click on About Us. Tree Hugger is a leading, and this is about the website. So I want to see if the website is reliable itself. It says right here, we publish an up-to-the-minute blog. That's kind of a strike, because anyone can upload to a blog. Weekly and daily newsletters. Is this one of the newsletters? From a person and from an author that I don't know is reliable. And regular updated Twitter and Facebook pages. Again, this is going to be an issue, because anyone can be posting. So I don't know how reliable this information is. But let's say I want to take this information. And let's say I take this information and I'm going again to google.com. And let's say I'm going to type in studies show that Italy uses 380 liters of water. I'm going to type that in. And then check this out. Wise Water Use Water Environment Canada.gc.ca. I'm going to see what this is. Now the reason why I checked that out already is because it seemed as if it was an article that was created by Canada or the country. So I don't know if it was through the government of Canada and through the government of the country, but since this is taking a while, let me go back. Now Tree Hugger pops up because that's what it said in here. In daily living, it'll use it. So again, let me click on this to see if this is being... Okay, so here we go. Government of Canada. Environment Canada. Already, I'm going to gain an understanding that this is going to be a reliable website. Now, you may say to me, well, Mr. Napoli, why is this considered reliable? How do you know this already? Reliable because, similar to r.gov, anything that is through the government of a country is going to be considered as a reliable website because of the professional factor that goes into the article, because of the professionals that go into gaining the facts for this article. Because in order to be considered and utilized as a government article, it needs to be researched through studied professionals. So because of the fact that this now comes from a Canadian or a governmental website, I already know that I can be able to use this, and this is now reliable. But since it was from Tree Hugger, from A.K. Streeter, the author I didn't know, that's why it was unreliable. But I took A.K. Streeter's information. I typed it into Google, and it gave me this website, which now I understand I can use the information now from here. And now I have quantitative data. I have quantitative data. I have quantitative data. And again, it's talking about around the world. So let's say I go to Google, and now I'm going to type in how much water is used in the world. C.gov, geological surveys from the United States. This is reliable. Let's say I typed into Google, how much water is overused? And let's say I see down here, I see numbers. I see quantitative data again. So I click on this. Here's the problem with this website. I'm going to look for the author. There's no author. But similar to this one, there's no author. But again, I told you that this is trustworthy because of the credibility and the place it's coming from. Because since it's a government document, that it is the information gained by it is implying that it's done through professionals and it's done through studies. Here in this website, I don't know who created Fruity Fundays. It's not a government website. There's no about us on the website where I can learn about the website, who's posting to the website, which is another strike. So already one strike, I don't know the author. The other strike is I don't know if I can trust this website program itself. The third strike, donate now. Who am I donating money to? Why am I donating money? It's not SeaWorld.com where I'm donating money to SeaWorld. It's not Save the Manatees organization where I'm donating money to Save the Manatees. I don't understand why I'm donating to Fruity Fundays. So here are a couple of things to watch out for when you're using internet for resources. Try to stay away from any websites that have an author who has questionable references, kind of like A.K. Streeter. I didn't know who A.K. Streeter was. I didn't know if she was a professional or a scientist. I didn't know if that was, or if her studies were warranted or trustworthy numbers. But again, kind of like how I took A.K. Streeter's information and I typed into Google and it gave me a reliable website, you can do it that way as well. Stay away from blogs. The main reason why you need to stay away from blogs is, again, anyone can post on blogs. I don't know who's posting the information. I don't know if it's correct. I don't know why I can trust the author in a blog. If they do not have an about us, so like similar to here in this website, I don't know, there's no about us at the bottom here about the website. So I don't know who or what the website is about. I don't know who's constructing the website. So if there is no about us for a website that you need to check the validation for, reliability for, stay away. If it's composed from an unknown publisher. So again, the publisher here is a government publisher. This is known. This is reliable. The publisher here, I don't know who this is. A.K. Streeter, I knew was the author and the publisher was her editor, but again, I couldn't trust the author itself. If any website's asking for donations that are not from a credible website or an organization, like here, it's saying donate now, and I don't know who I'm donating to, again, stay away. And do not use Wikipedia, Ask.com, eHow, Answers.com. Those, again, are not reliable websites. So I hope you've taken away what websites to stay away from, and I gave you a quick glimpse as to websites you can use. I hope this was helpful.